Heidi, hey there, my amazing friends. I just wanted to take a moment and show you what the Watermelon Limeade looks like before it's cut. So this is roughly a 5-pound loaf of soap before it's cut. You can see how the pattern will look. It's not exactly right because this needs to be trimmed off so you can see what it will actually look like. So, Watermelon Limeade, it is scented with watermelon, lime, and a hint of mint to give a little bit of zest. So that's the inside of the first cut, and then you can see the marbling of the watermelon itself, which this round looks really pretty, so I'm really excited for it. This is the first bar cut. The Watermelon Limeade, the 4 sides, and then the inside of the watermelon. I'm gonna also stamp it with my my stamp, but these look a little bit bigger than what I normally make, so I'm gonna weigh them real quick just to see how many ounces they are coming out to be. Oh yeah, so normally my ounces of soap are 4 ounces instead of almost 6 ounces, as you can see. 5.4 is what this current bar is coming out to, which is much bigger than what I normally do these bars for. I may end up changing the cut size and maybe cutting them a little bit smaller, but this is currently weighing almost 6 ounces in soap. Put that over here. Let's cut one more. See if we can get it maybe at a better, more manageable size, because that's kind of big. All right. So this one isn't as thick as the first one. You can see I took a little bit of centimeters off of it. Let's see how much this one weighs. So this one's still almost at the 5 ounces. It's at 4.6, but I think that this size is much more manageable as far as size goes. Just as a quick reference, this is my standard bar of soap. This is one of the Cosmic Dream soaps, and it weighs right at 4 ounces. No, a little less, it's 3 point something. So, and then the thickness, you can see that this one is much thicker than this one. So I might still play around with the thickness of it, maybe a little less thick, but I'm very excited to have these back in stock. I had fully sold out. So the Watermelon Limeade is going to be back in stock shortly. If you're interested in purchasing any or have any questions about the process or how I make them, please let me know, and I'd be happy to go over anything. But as always, thank you, and I hope you have an amazing day. I love the marbling effect, like, that is so pretty. So I'm just gonna cut the rest of these and hope you enjoy the process. Isn't that clicking so satisfying? normally get, with these bigger loaves, since it's a 5-pound loaf, I normally get right at 16 bars out of a loaf, out of a batch. So that should be how many roughly I get out of this. I'm using a different cutter, so it might be slightly different, but we'll see how many I end up with. And the great thing about these soaps is each one is going to be unique. No two will look the same. So you can have an individual experience each time, which to me is fun. That's the fun thing about swirls and whatnot. You can always have the same colors, but the swirl pattern will never be able to be replicated exactly the same. Which just makes it fun and unique, in my opinion. Let's see the final cut. And don't worry, these, I call them a soap butt, because it's like the loaf of the bread, the first and the last piece that no one wants to eat. I use these as samples. I'll cut them up into wedges, or I'll use them myself as well, because they're perfectly fine. They're just not as pretty as you can see. But the marbling on that one, I mean, that is perfect. So let's count how many bars I have real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that actually gave me 20 bars, which is a lot more than I was anticipating. And they're all over 4 ounces. They're actually closer to 5 ounces than the 4 ounces that they were previous. This one will probably be a little bit less, because I just halved it. It was that super big one. Yeah, so it's 2.45. So these will probably also be made into samples, but it was just too big for me to sell, because it was just too chunky, too big for a hand to hold, or even a soap saver bag. So these are available now in my store. I think I said 20. I have 20 right now. So if you have any questions, want to see them, or have any other questions about any other soaps, let me know. I am going to stamp them with my brand stamp as well. So I'm going to get that done, and then they'll be all available. Hope everyone has an amazing night. Thank you for watching.